Let's go forward to 1770s when you've got the United States of America being formed. Who were those people? Where did they come from? Those were Moors who started the United States of America. But you are being told that the so-called forefathers were Albions. This is not true. Meanwhile, you're hearing that the first president was melanated. They want to tell you John Henson. No, that was another John Henson. It's a mix-up. They were Moors. They were melanated people who started the United States of America, and there were presidents who were melanated in the so-called Continental Congress. But then they also want to tell you George Washington was the first president, and they want to make him out to be an Albion. We know there were dark presidents in the Continental Congress, but what we are not recognizing is George Washington, Abraham Lincoln, and everybody in between them were melanated. George Washington is a direct descendant of the Queen of England. She was melanated. Abraham Lincoln, they used to pick on him because of his dark skin. He also is a descendant of the Queen of England, and everybody in between them was too. They were amalgamated, but they was melanated folks. But they wanted you to believe all these were Albions. So when this person asked me, well, why do the Europeans? Let's understand who were the Europeans. See, I got to give you a history lesson because you're not understanding what happened. If you don't understand history, you can't understand the spiritual aspect of what's happening in this dimension. The original Europeans were melanated. Tunis, Algiers, Tripoli, Montezuma, all of them are European. Who was Europe named after? Anybody? I know I always ask this because I want to make sure y'all are awake out there, but who was Europe named after? As a melanated woman. Not to mention that what y'all know of as Africa used to be Europe. What you all know of as Europe used to be Africa. They switched the names. They stay switching names to keep people confused. But Queen Europa was a melanated woman. Your original Europeans were melanated. So when you ask me about, well, why the Europeans get what Europeans? You're talking about the original Europeans were melanated. So let's talk about what the original Europeans did. When we're talking about enslavement, let us be clear. And listen, when I tell people this, y'all want to knee jerk because you haven't done your own research. And that's why you get to keep being triggered up in here and recycling back into the same mess. So pay attention if you don't want to recycle. If you're ready to stop this whole generational so-called curse, pay attention. Because you can stop it right here, right now.